Hello, good morning to you all. From I welcome you all from all over the state, all the students from the state. I am Professor S.P. Mohoni from College of Engineering, Pune. Now, in this session, we shall briefly discuss regarding the digital communication principles. Okay. Now, what are the fundamental principles of this particular modulation schemes? Okay. For example, we shall see the PCM as such, pulse code modulation, and so on. Okay. So, we shall start with this particular session. I again welcome you all for this particular session. Now, initially to start with, we shall have the discussion regarding signals. What are signals first of all? As you all know that we are having fundamentally the signals are analog and digital types. Okay. Now, what is exactly the analog signal? Okay. Analog signal, as you all know, is continuous in time and continuous in amplitude also. Okay. So, this particular feature of the analog has the sometimes students have the problem that they understand that if I say analog, they will interpret it as only sinusoidal shapes, okay, such as the sine wave as an example case. Here we can see the slide. In this particular slide, one can see that the analog ones is always a sinusoidal. That is a kind of the misconception the students have. Okay, but his particular signal can have other characteristics also. That means other shapes also. Okay, for example, you have got the square wave, the sawtooth wave, the triangular wave, and so on as the analog signals fundamentally. Okay. Now, we can also have the practical signals are actually the voice, video, music, etc. Okay, one can see here that the cycle and so on, and you are having the amplitude, and here is the frequency, what we call. These are the general characteristics of any particular analog signal. Okay, the amplitude and the frequency. Okay. Again, I have already explained you that analog, it does not mean only sine shape. Okay. And actually in practice, if you see in practice that the signals are not of the standard shape. For example, sine, square, triangular, sawtooth, etc. The practical ones are always from voice, video, etc. Okay. So, what is this particular thing? Digital as such is a discrete in time and discrete in the amplitude kind of the signals. Okay. So, this is what is called as the digital one, digital signals. Okay. And digital one, it does not mean only two states, because normally what is the exact thing from the first year and so on is that you are having the kind of a thing as 0 and 1, as 0 and 1 kind of the states. Okay. But in digital one, you can have a finite number of states, any number of states as such. You can have 8 states, you can have 16 states, and so on in that particular case. The simplest one is, of course, the 2-state kind of a signal. Okay. And this 2-state signal is fundamentally 0 or 1. Okay. You can have only 2 states in the simplest possible digital signal. Okay. Now, in this particular slide, one can see that what is the significant feature of the digital signals as such. Finite number of the amplitudes, that is the important thing, and finite again number of the time instants at which the signal can exist. Okay. It means that a digital one, the signal has got these particular things, characteristics. This is in contrast to the analog ones, obviously. If you see the analog ones as an example case, then in that case you can have within a specific amplitude range. Okay, you can have infinite number of the amplitudes possible. So in this kind of a situation, if you are having the infinite values existing within a finite amplitude span, in that case you are having the reception, the receiver side is going to face the problems. Okay, and the receiver side has to exert for the realization of all the amplitudes and the frequencies and the phases to recover exactly on the receiving side. Okay. That is why here you are having, one can see the advantage from the point of view of the digital signals. In this particular slide, one can see the AM kind of a thing, analog communication modulation schemes. First of all, to start briefly, actually we are having the discussion on the digital principles, but to start with, let us revise AM and the FM, and these are the two fundamental modulation schemes of the analog communication. Okay. Now in case of the AM, okay, one can see the information signal and the high frequency RF signal. First one is RF, high frequency RF signal. Second one can see is information signal, and one more is AM modulated wave. Okay. So here intentionally I have not included the sinusoidal one. Okay. That means that it is specifically of the other shape other than the regular shapes. Okay. So in this particular case, information is other than the regular shapes. For example, in speech, okay, one can have any type of the random variations. Okay. So in this particular situation, you can see that the information signal actually modulates the high frequency RF signal and resulting into what is called as the AM wave. Okay. And you have studied all the quantities and so on in your earlier years of the AM signal. Okay. So we shall not be repeating it again. Second one is FM. Okay. Here in this slide one can see the FM kind of a signal, frequency modulation. Okay. So in this particular case one can see again the high frequency is the signal, and the second one is again the information as in the earlier case. Okay. And here now one can see that amplitude of the FM wave remains constant. Only thing is that frequency is varying in accordance with the instantaneous value of the information signal. Okay. In accordance with the information instantaneous value of the information signal, okay, which is present here. So accordingly one can see that if information is increasing, then in that information value is increasing, in that case one can see that the frequency is also increasing. If it is reducing, frequency is also reducing. So accordingly the simplest possible situation is FM, frequency modulation. Okay. So we have seen the AM and the FM situations, okay, which are the fundamental modulation schemes in case of the analog communication modulation schemes. Further, now in this particular slide, okay, if you observe this slide, here we are going to start exactly for our exact precise topic. Okay. So what is digital the communication exactly? Okay, you have studied now what is a digital signal. Okay. Now here we are required to see how you can transmit this particular signal, okay, into this space and so on. Okay. And what are the quantities required to realize exactly a digital the communication system as such. Okay. Now the fundamentally as one can see that almost all the signals existing are fundamentally of the analog type, for example voice, etc. Okay. So in this particular situation, if it is to be transmitted in digital format, what one is required to do is that one has to shift over to digital, okay, with the help of a specific modulation scheme, okay, which can realize, which can convert the analog into digital signals. Okay. And such a modulation scheme, fundamental modulation schemes, you are having several modulation schemes for this particular conversion, but the fundamental modulation scheme of this type is the pulse code modulation scheme, PCM. Okay. So what we observe here in this particular slide is ADC, analog to digital, is the important step to start with any digital communication realization. Okay, because almost all these particular practical versions are the analog versions of the signals. That is the important thing to understand at this particular point. What is the reason behind the digital communication? Why? Okay, because if we are in a position to transmit analog, okay, in the space, okay, then what is the realization? Why to again convert it from analog to digital and then go for the modulation schemes? Okay, so that's why now what are the advantages that we shall see in case of the digital situations. Okay. Immunity to interference or noise is the important thing, important say advantage here in digital communication. Okay, immunity to noise. What is this particular immunity? Okay, if you are having noise, then it does not know whether your incoming one, the signal is analog or digital or any other the signal as such. Then what is the distinction then? If that interference will not know whether I will be affecting it or not, okay, what is the distinction exactly? Okay, so in that particular case, let us have the understanding regarding this particular situation with the help of the board. Now we have seen that we are having okay, some type of the analog signal as such, any such things. Okay, if I am transmitting it, okay, in this particular case I can have the AM or the FM or something like that, AM or FM or something like that in case of the analog modulation schemes. Okay, what is the fundamental thing again to understand at this particular point is that if on the receiving side, if I am required to receive his particular analog one, okay, the signal exactly, I will have to recover each and every amplitude precisely. That means all the shapes precisely. Okay, so in this particular situation, okay, the actual thing is that receiver has got a complicated job. Okay, receiver has complicated job to recover for all the possible situations or to recover each and every quantity existing in case of the analog signals. Okay, but what is now happening in case of the digital? If I have this particular case and if I use ADC, analog to digital, some modulation scheme, with the help of some modulation scheme, we shall study this. If I convert it from analog to digital, okay, and in that case what is the distinction? Okay, see now. If I convert it into digital, what is the actual shape of this signal? Is simply pulses. It can be 1 0, it can be 1 0 and so on. Okay, it can be successive ones, it can be successive zeros and so on. So this is the shape of a digital signal. Okay, digital signal. Okay, first one we have drawn is the analog signal, simplest case. Okay, if I have this particular thing, digital one, okay, what is the job of the receiver in this particular case? Is to recover only the state, that means to recover exactly whether the incoming pulse is analog, is 1 or 0. That is the only simple job of the receiver. Okay. Simple job of a receiver is to extract the symbols. Okay. In this particular case, okay, if you are having the 1 or 0 recovery, okay, then the actual thing received is what? This is transmitted. Okay, I am transmitting this now, digital one. Okay, but interference, okay, is going to affect this also. That is noise is going to affect this. So your actual input to the receiver, actual input to the receiver, it will be okay, something like this. Okay, I will erase this. Okay. Actual input to the receiver is like this. Okay, because it is affected by the interference or atmospheric noise. Okay, now on the receiver side, what is the job of a receiver? Is to set some reference voltage simply, because ultimately the high level it will be 1 and low one it will be 0. Okay, so I am required to set only the reference voltage. Okay, some V reference I am going to set at this particular point so as to decide whether it is 1 or 0. Okay, I can have this kind of the transmission also in the other sense also. That means I can go to this particular side, instead of 0 volt representing 0, you can have other way also. That is, again you can have the negative voltages representing zeros also. That is possible. Okay. But at this particular stage, you will just simply have the understanding that what is the exact thing, okay, the receiver has to do, and this is the advantage, that even though I am having the effects here, okay, of the interference, okay, or something like that, in that situation also, okay, I am going to have the recovery as if it is a high level kind of a pulse. Okay, in this particular span it will be recovered as 1, okay, and in the other span it is going to be recovered as 0, and something like this. Okay, so I can see that the original one digital states are recovered exactly on the receiving side in spite of the presence of noise. Okay, that is the really the advantage of this particular situation. Okay, digital case. So this is what I call it as immunity to noise. Okay, immunity to noise. Okay, that means here you are having the same amount of the interference as interfering with the analog one. Okay, but only thing is that recovery is proper. So that is the fundamental thing, principle, and it is interesting from the point of view of the receiver also to understand how the receiver is going to operate. Again we shall proceed towards the slides. Now, if you can see in this particular slide that I already explained you that what is this particular thing, that is if the amount of the interference is too high, see the final thing, okay, that is point stated in this particular slide, okay, that if the amount of interference is too much high so as to change the state itself from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, in that case one can see that the effect actually exists of this particular interference. In that case I say that errors are occurring in case of this particular transmission process. Okay, so from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, but that is an extreme kind of the situation, because the amount of the interference is not usually too high. Okay. Now again further slide, okay, that we shall see some more advantages of this particular digital principles. Okay. Now, again this particular digital processing is suitable for multiplexing. Okay. What is multiplexing? As you can see that multiplexing is the process of transmission, okay, of several input signals through the same single media. Okay. That means transmission the channel is single and you are trying to transmit several signals through it. Okay. So, that is what is called as the process of multiplexing. Okay. And the signal processing is also easier, multiplexing is easier, signal processing is also easier, okay, in this particular situation. And even the interesting kind of the situation is that the DSP has evolved as a separate area in case of the signal processing. Okay. So, it is a separate area in the field of the signal processing. In this situation, now further thing is that you are having the storage also easier. Digital signals can be stored easily as compared to the analog signals. Okay. One can see the advancements in case of the digital storages that you are having in terms of the CDs and so on, DVDs. Okay, all of these are the examples of digital storage devices. Okay. So, with the help of this particular thing, the advancements, the digital the storage, it has been made much easier and much low in cost. Now, one more interesting advantage, okay, that one can see in this particular slide. Okay. You can insert repeaters in case of this particular communication system. Now, what is the role of the repeater? Okay. The repeater actually increases the range of the transmission of this particular communication system, digital communication system. Okay. So, distance wise range is it can be increased to a much higher extent with the help of the repeaters. Now, what exactly the repeater does? Have you got the idea about the repeaters? Let us see in brief what is a repeater. Okay. What is a repeater is exactly it repeats the original versions of the digital pulses. Okay. Repeats the original versions of the digital pulses. It means what? That it reconstructs the digital, okay, that means that your placement, what is the exact placement in case of the of a repeater. Okay. You are having a certain transmission path, okay, you are having transmission, okay, from the transmitter, and then after some distances what is going to happen is that interference or noise is going to accumulate on this particular original digital signal. Okay. If the interference is now affecting it, okay, after certain distance, if it is allowed to be accumulated on the path, okay, what is the actual scene is that if it is allowed to be accumulated along this particular transmission path, then after some time you are having the errors on the receiving side. Okay, that means after going through certain distances, okay, it is going to result in the errors in the bits in the recovery process on the receiving side. So, fundamentally to increase the range, okay, we are having the process of a repeater as such. Okay. Now, what does the repeater do? Okay. After a certain distance, repeater is there, as you know. Okay. Then the repeater simply receives it again. Okay. Removes all the interferences. Okay. And generates again fresh digital pulses. Okay. And transmits it to the further path. Okay. That is the role of the repeater, removal of the interference accumulated from transmitter to the repeater, okay, and then it is going to have the retransmission, further retransmission into the system. Okay. And then one can have several repeaters on the transmission path, one can have several repeaters. Okay. So, what is the fundamental role of a repeater? Is to increase the distance wise range of transmission of a signal. Okay. Since amplifiers, now if you are having the amplifiers, suppose if you are having the amplifiers in case of the analog kind of the schemes, okay, if instead of the repeater I use the amplifiers in case of the analog case, okay. Now what is the reason, what is the result of this is that it is going to have the reduction in the SNR fundamentally. What is the reason for this particular reduction of the SNR? If you are having the transmission, okay, what is the exact reason of the reduction of the SNR? Because the amplifier itself is going to add some amount of the interference or noise to the original input, so that the output will have a smaller SNR as compared to the input SNR. Okay. So, as one can see that in case of a digital one, one can have the repeater, but in case of the analog case, okay, one can't have the similar structure as a repeater. For example, the amplifier, one cannot have it. Okay. The reason is SNR will reduce again. Okay. Okay. So, that is the major reason why you can't have the repeaters in case of the analog communication system. Okay. Further thing is that one can have the rate RB variable or incompatibility with the equipment or the environment. Okay. One can have the kind of the transmission bit rate adjustable. For example, if I want the, suppose in certain situations I want 64 kbps rate, in that case I can make it in that particular fashion by the additional stub bits or something like that. So, this is the kind of the thing that transmission bit rate, it can be adjusted in accordance with the environment or the equipment. Now, we have seen so many advantages of this particular thing, digital communication. Okay. Now, in spite of this particular kind of the advantages, you are also having certain disadvantages of this particular digital the signals or transmission of digital signals. Okay. Now, what is the fundamentally the disadvantage? Okay. First important thing is that you require a significantly high amount of the spectrum for the transmission of this particular digital signals. Okay. We can see it on the board. Now, here in case of a digital now, what is the immunity? Okay, that we have already seen that. Now, we are going to see what is the disadvantage exactly of this particular the process of transmission with the help of the digital situations. Okay. Now, what is the exactly the thing here is that if I am having the transmission of the pulses as if it is 1 or 0 or something like that, okay, one can see in this particular situation that you are having the transmission, okay, of edges, okay, and if I transmit the edges, it results in what? High frequencies. Fundamentally, high frequencies are involved in this particular edge transmission.